I was just inspired by, to show your script for the continuous conversations for PagerDuty. I had a question on that. I'd love to just hear your thoughts, process, how you created that, how you came up with that. What, like, yeah, just love to hear like your you on that, because that was amazing. It was beautiful.
That was a great question.
Yeah. I
Every
enjoyed seeing
process
it.
is different. And Andrew and I actually had a conversation about this, it was last week. But it's also Louisa and I have known each other for a very long time, so bouncing ideas is super easy and it's just so comfortable. And she also reins me in when it's a bit too grandiose. um, but every visual script or video script, in my experience, I've been lucky enough to always have a starting point spark. Um, so for this one, we had this really strange like infographic that was circular, and the client was like, "Oh, I don't know whether we're going to keep this or whether they're going to amend it." And I asked the simple question of, "Is the content within it going to stay the same?" And she said yes. So at the moment she said yes, in my mind I saw the circle transform into a straight line, but the journey stays the same, whether it's circular or whether it's linear, right? So immediately it just made sense for this person to go on the journey through the year because it's a year-long process. But to keep the color coding the same as the original diagram. And then from there, it just kind of snowballed because roads just have all of these things that is like real world. You can connect to it. Everyone knows that while you're walking down a road, you'll be able to see a road sign that says something. And sometimes, I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but there's a random road sign, but it's saying something that's applicable to your life, like right then, and you kind of get creeped out. But that's how that happened, like with the goals construction ahead. It made sense. So that was the first one that I thought of, and I thought that would be really cool, like just having like your mentor voice be a electronic road sign, which is fantastic. And then it just kind of carried on like that because you literally see signs all over the place, which is really cool. Processes are a weird thing. If I didn't have that spark, then it wouldn't have been as special as it is. The original idea was fantastic. Like Lou was like, "There's four phases. Why not have four seasons?" So it also
Seasons, yeah.
shows the passing of time, and I'm like, mind blown. So great. um, so it's also about stepping away. I was on a different project and I was doing PagerDuty at the same time. So when we had our first call, we sat and we chatted, and the client is amazing. She was listening to our ideas and kind of giving her input of whether she liked it or not, and she did. So her positivity also added to our conversation. So when you know that they think you're on the right track, you gain the confidence to keep going down that track. And stepping away just for like 1 or 2 days while I was doing something else really helped because, like we just said, creativity doesn't just happen when you sit at your computer. Sometimes it gets you when you're in the shower, when you're gardening, washing dishes, it doesn't matter. But just to keep your mind open, because I'm sure it happens to you as well while you're doing other things or going to your other job, in the back of your mind, you're thinking of Uconnect. Either things that you still have to do or things that you're currently working on. There's always something on the back burner. Leave that open because you never know
Mm.
when little sparks are going to fly to the forefront. I
Yeah,
hope that helps.
yeah,
But I
that's
think
a really good point. But yeah, that's Kara.
no, no, sorry, straight.
I thought Jill was talking. No, but yeah, sorry, Lee. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, keeping it open. I like that. I just with Uconnect after like especially after client call or after transcribing all that, I try and switch off from Uconnect. But I understand that it's good because it's a lot, it's heavy. But yeah, keeping it open. I think that'll come because I'm not worried about it yet. But I'm just thinking ahead, like because I don't know if I'm going to be doing the script writing for this. I really don't know. Like I have no experience in it either, so probably not. But yeah, there's we're also not quite sure what assets we're creating, etc., etc. So there's lots to it still to come. But it's nice to just get just some insight
You're
as
gonna
to how
nail
you go
it.
about it.
You
Right.
QC with the mind of a writer. Like
Yeah,
every time you've ever looked at anything of mine, the suggestions have always been amazing. I think that you would be a really good writer. Don't let that block you. Not
yeah,
even, you haven't even tried yet. So don't put that in your mind before you even done a thing. One thing
thanks.
that does help me is on YouTube, if you go script to screen, they have videos where the lower half of the screen is the script that rolls up, and you see the actual scene of the movie above it. So it is so valuable because somebody wrote that script, but you've got all of your different production people making that video. To see your idea translated from the text into actual visual is mind-blowingly cool, but it's giving your mind a break, but at the same time giving you ideas and just getting you inspired. Some of them are really cool. I don't know if you've watched the movie Looper with, I think it was Bruce Willis or something. But there's the opening scene is one of the most flawlessly filmed things I've ever seen in my life. But to read the visual direction and the script for it, because they work hand in hand, they both work off of each other. You don't even have to write the thing in the visual in order to say it in the script. It's just flawless. Going through a lot of those might help your brain go, oh, I see. I don't know. It does for me.